Roman Reigns secretly setting major plan against Rhea Ripley. WWE superstars face travel issues getting to the recent Raw. Dominik Mysterio causes the Judgment Day's doom. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis opens up about his WWE debut. WWE counters Ric Flair's AEW debut. WWE finds the female Rock WWE star to cost LA Knight at Crown Jewel 2023. WWE fans are stunned by Jey Uso's new nickname. Let's jump right into our first story. WWE superstars face travel issues getting to the recent Raw. Some WWE superstars reportedly faced travel issues ahead of the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw. The latest episode of the Red Brand took place at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. The match card was stacked. Jey Uso took on Damian Priest in the main event. The show also featured a match between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. Becky Lynch was also in action against Indi Hartwell. According to reports from PW Insider, some of the Raw talent faced issues getting to the show. The reports suggest that superstars had flight issues. Fortunately, there were no changes in plans for the night resulting from the travel issues. There were quite a few WWE talents with flight issues heading to Raw yesterday. Monday, PW Insider. At the end of the show, an injured Cody Rhodes showed up to save Jey Uso from an assault from the Judgment Day. The American Nightmare will now take on the Money in the Bank holder, Damian Priest, in a singles match at Crown Jewel. Cody Rhodes has been one of the most loved baby faces in the company since his return. Wrestling legend Conan recently stated why he believed the former undisputed tag team champion should carry on as a babyface. Conan recently made an appearance on the K100, where he addressed a listener's question about whether Rhodes could turn heel. The wrestling legend implied that Cody Rhodes is too hot as a face right now, and there is no need to change his character. Now he's come back after being in the competition, AEW, and I thought WWE was very smart not to give him the title too quick, because the journey is half the fun. So you're going on this journey with him to do something his dad never did, who, by the way, they also made fun of his dad with the polka dots. So people that know the backstory, there's something there. There's no reason to turn him heel right now. He's super hot, Conan said. Do you think Cody Rhodes should turn heel? Sound off in the comments section below. Dominik Mysterio causes the Judgment Day's doom. Dominik Mysterio has been on quite the WWE run, especially after winning his first singles title in July. His association with the Judgment Day had wreaked havoc for many in the wrestling industry. On Raw this week, Logan Paul returned and addressed his challenge for the United States Championship. He confronted Rhea Mysterio the weekend prior on SmackDown and cited his interest in having gold around his waist. His appearance on the Red Brand saw Dominik grinning from ear to ear as he was pleased with his father getting what he deserved and being stripped of the championship. However, Logan Paul has one loose thread that could endanger his union with the young Mysterio, and that is his brother, Jake Paul. The 26-year-old made his first WWE appearance at Crown Jewel last year following the Mavericks match with Roman Reigns. The Paul brothers have not always seen eye to eye, but at the same time, always have each other's back. With Logan Paul portraying a heel, he could trick Dominik Mysterio into believing his good intentions, but use their friendship to gain all the details about Finn Balor and Damian Priest. All these efforts would be perfect if the brothers decide to contend for the undisputed WWE Tag Team title. Dominik Mysterio faces father Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 39, with the latter emerging victorious. Their rivalry continues to grow, with the young Raw star taking shots at the Master of 619 whenever he can. Barely a few years into his wrestling career, Dominik Mysterio has witnessed impressive growth. All this magnified following his allegiance with Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day. In a bid to showcase their dominance, the faction proclaimed all members would have a championship around their waist, which they eventually did. On the July 18 episode of NXT, Mysterio defeated Wes Lee and captured the NXT North American Championship. In a drastic turn of events, the young Mysterio lost the title at no mercy to Trick Williams. This did not sit well with the other members of the team, and the Eradicator gave him an ultimatum. Earlier this month, he regained the title all in a span of 1 week. Currently, all members of the Judgment Day hold gold. Damian Priest is set to clash with Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel 2023 in a singles match, while Rhea Ripley will put her title on the line against 4 other talents. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis opens up about his WWE debut. Nick Aldis has opened up about his debut as the new GM of WWE SmackDown and revealed that he was nervous ahead of the show. Triple H recently announced on the Blue Brand that Nick Aldis will be the new GM moving forward, and Adam Pearce will serve as the GM of WWE Raw. The two authority figures have already begun taking shots at each other. On the October 16 edition of WWE Raw, SmackDown star Jey Uso interfered in the undisputed Tag Team Championship. Adam Pearce and Jey Uso showed up on the Blue Brand to get some answers, but the new SmackDown GM had them both removed from the building. On this past Monday's edition of Raw, Aldis apologized to Pearce, but was later caught seemingly trying to lure Caden Carter and Katana Chance to SmackDown. Speaking on Busted Open Radio, Nick Aldis shared that he was nervous ahead of his debut as SmackDown GM on the October 13 edition of the Blue Brand. The thing I remember the most was sitting at ringside trying to look cool, trying to keep composed, and here comes Hunter's Triple H music. The thing I remember the most is that my heart was beating 1,000 miles an hour. I could hear my heart beating. beating. You know, it was like thump, 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 thump. All I just thought was, okay, well, this is it. You get your opportunity and try to hit the ball, and I feel like I did pretty good, he said. The relationship between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis is not off the best start. Aldis excused himself from the building during Monday's episode of WWE Raw after he was caught conversing with Carter and Chance. The following day, Pearce shared a message featuring a photograph of the two authority figures shaking hands backstage during WWE Raw. Nick Aldis then shared a message with the same image and noted that competition is best for business. Healthy competition is best for business, he posted. Aldis has already gotten into a war of words with WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Chelsea Green on social media. It will be fascinating to see how Aldis will exert his power as SmackDown GM moving forward and how this storyline with Pearce will play out in the weeks ahead. Have you enjoyed Aldis as SmackDown GM so far? Sound off in the comment section below. WWE counters Ric Flair's AEW debut. Ric Flair made his debut on AEW this week as he was the surprise that Tony Khan brought out to stun Sting. This might not go down well with WWE, who obviously wouldn't want their Hall of Famers to be showing up on AEW. However, it may lead to them making a bigger play by bringing back a legend who's not been seen on the show for some time now, Goldberg. Goldberg's time in WWE came to an anticlimactic end as he didn't really wrestle in a final retirement match before leaving the company. Since then, he's been mostly absent, but there have been talks about him wanting a retirement match even if it were to be elsewhere. With the AEW signing and bringing on board anyone they can, Triple H might decide that it's better to give Goldberg what he wants in the company itself than have him sign elsewhere. While since he became a free agent, veteran Rick Bassman confirmed that there were discussions for the star to appear in an event in Jerusalem. Talk of the event has died down, at least publicly. With recent ongoing international events, such an event might be harder than usual as well. In such a situation, after Ric Flair appeared in AEW for what may be a tease for Sting's final match, WWE could announce that Goldberg is returning for his retirement match within the company. Who he would face in such a match is up for speculation, be it one more Roman Reigns match, a match against a top star like Drew McIntyre, or even putting over someone younger like Braun Breaker. Fans will wait to see what happens in such a situation. Over his considerable in-ring career, Goldberg has shared the ring with both Ric Flair and Sting quite a few times. His first two encounters against Flair ended in draws back in WCW. The last match in WCW, though, saw him defeat Flair. As for WWE, Goldberg has defeated Flair via DQ and pinfall twice in singles competition. When it comes to Sting, Goldberg has faced the star more than just a few times. However, in their singles encounters, Goldberg is 3-1-0, 3 wins and 1 draw. WWE finds the female Rock. Wrestling veteran and Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff recently spoke about Jade Cargill becoming a huge star in WWE. ESPN reported last month that Cargill had signed a multi-year deal with WWE. Soon after, she began training at the Performance Center and has made some appearances on SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. The 31-year-old star, however, is yet to make her in-ring debut with the company. On a recent episode of the 83 Weeks podcast, Eric Bischoff mentioned that if Cargill could back up her first few appearances with the same charisma on the microphone and in the ring, she could become the female Rock. She could be the female Rock if she has that talent, if she develops that talent in the ring, if she can bring that charisma that we see that she embodies just walking out, if she can develop the skill and confidence to be able to deliver on the mic in her narrative as well as in her physical performance, off she goes. During the same discussion, Eric Bischoff mentioned that Cargill switching brands wasn't just about the money. He felt that she was thinking about her career growth and understood that the likes of Endeavor and Ari Emanuel could do a lot more for her. I read a little bit about her decision to go to WWE and how it all went down. I'm sure Tony offered her a significant amount of money, there's no question about that. Eric continued, I don't think it had anything to do with money. I think it had everything to do with what a relationship with WWE, Endeavor, and Ari Emanuel can do for her 5 years from now. He suggested that Tony Khan probably offered her a great contract, but she went with Vince & Co. because of their reach and the recent tie-up with Endeavor. Are you excited to see Cargill's in-ring debut? Let us know in the comments section below. WWE star to cost LA Knight at Crown Jewel 2023. At Crown Jewel 2023, LA Knight will face his biggest test yet when he takes on Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. While Knight has great momentum going into the match, the same can be disrupted given how dominant Reigns has been. However, that isn't the only thing Knight has to worry about. There is a WWE superstar who could cost Knight his title opportunity at Crown Jewel. The superstar in question is Logan Paul. Recently, Paul made his return to WWE and will challenge Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. However, there is a possibility he could cost Knight his match because right now, the YouTuber-turned wrestler is looking for the spotlight. And given Knight is one of WWE's most popular superstars, it would benefit the Maverick to start a feud with him. For the megastar as well, a feud against Paul would be beneficial, since the latter brings an audience along with him. Hence, if LA Knight succeeds in impressing them, he could increase his popularity to unimaginable heights. While the angle is speculative, it will be interesting to see if the same takes place. Since 2020, Roman Reigns has been the most dominant WWE superstar. The Tribal Chief has amassed a reign that has lasted 1,000 plus days and is still continuing in full force. While many have tried to dethrone Reigns, all attempts have been unsuccessful till now. However, as per AEW star Thunder Rosa, LA Knight must be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. During an appearance on Busted Open, Rosa cited Knight's organic growth as a reason why he should beat Reigns. She also called the 40-year-old a megastar. Rosa said, "Who will be the next that can be over as hell that can take that title and take it to the next level?" At this moment right now, on Friday, it's LA Knight. They didn't push him. They didn't shove him down our throats. It was natural. She further added, "Everybody's like, yeah, and everywhere you go. That's the kind of thing that makes a superstar a superstar. He's a superstar." While it's hard to disagree about LA Knight being a star, seeing him win against Reigns would be difficult. As per reports, the Tribal Chief is set to break records that the WWE Universe has never seen. Keeping the same in mind, the chances of him retaining are high. WWE fans are stunned by Jey Uso's new nickname. Jey Uso has taken up a new name, and WWE fans are not quite sure what to make of it. The superstar has been in the middle of a big push this year, whether it be breaking away from the bloodline to stand on his own feet, his feud with Roman Reigns, or even his arrival on Raw and tagging with Cody Rhodes. The star was a champion only a few weeks ago and lost after interference from his brother during the title defense. Naturally, he won't be feeling too kindly about it. However, he's been in the middle of another storyline, one that has seen him come across Rhea Ripley more than a few times. Ever since he came to Raw, Ripley appeared to be ready to recruit him to the Judgment Day and flirted with him, hoping to entice him further. Jey Uso has so far turned down the Judgment Day's offer, but has since been very aggressively flirting with Ripley instead. The star has made his intentions quite clear in recent weeks, flirting with her even while beating down the other members of her group. He's taken it one step further now, and in a clear shot at Ripley, has nicknamed himself Papi Uso. Fans are stunned at this, and while some of them have been hoping for Jey Uso to get a bigger push, others are unsure as to why he would name himself that. Meanwhile, even more fans are excited for him. It remains to be seen if this becomes a fully fledged WWE character transition for Jey Uso. Roman Reigns secretly setting major plan against Rhea Ripley. Roman Reigns has been on top of WWE for quite some time. The Tribal Chief is the reigning undisputed WWE Universal Champion and has been a world champion for over 3 years straight. Despite that, many feel he's losing control. The Bloodline have had a dramatic shakeup throughout 2023. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are both out of the group. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso's status is very much in doubt. Lastly, even supposed Bloodline allies like the Judgment Day have questioned Roman Reigns' control over WWE. If Reigns wants to change this narrative, he could have a secret plan that effectively targets both the Judgment Day as a whole and Rhea Ripley specifically. The Ripper is trying to control everything in WWE, but Roman could be manipulating her thanks to one man, Drew McIntyre, just as Rhea Ripley attempted to manipulate Paul Heyman and the Bloodline in Roman Reigns' absence. She was recently spotted talking with Drew McIntyre backstage. The nature of their conversation is still unclear, however, it looks as if Rhea is attempting to recruit. If the Eradicator of the Judgment Day is interested in bringing Drew in, Roman could get to McIntyre first. If the pair can work through their past issues, McIntyre may shoot down Ripley and instead work with the Bloodline moving forward. For all one knows, Roman may have already been doing exactly this in the background. While many fans and WWE superstars alike believe that Roman Reigns is beginning to lose his grip over WWE, there's no denying that he's still on top. Of course, he may not be on top for very long. The Tribal Chief is set to defend his coveted, undisputed WWE Universal Championship for the first time since SummerSlam at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. He will be going one-on-one with LA Knight. LA Knight refers to himself as the fastest rising star in SmackDown history. While that point could be debated, there's no debating that he has become a massive star in WWE. When he was still Max Dupree around a year ago, nobody imagined him battling Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Many are skeptical about whether the megastar can dethrone the Tribal Chief in Saudi Arabia. Roman has been nearly unbeatable for over 3 years now, and he never loses when his coveted titles are on the line. Still, Knight's rise in WWE is unlike anything that's been seen before. If anybody could potentially drop Roman and take his titles, it may very well be the megastar.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me